Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today, I'd like to introduce you to one of the models from the brand's professional range, the Enel Impact Wrench. Impact SO 18230. You're about to see a compact and powerful machine, but I won't say any more. Let me show you to you in the next segment. See you in a moment. So here is the impact wrench in question, the Enel Impact SO. So as you can see, it's a pretty compact model, and above all, it's compatible with all the power exchange batteries from the Enel brand. That means if you already own tools and especially batteries from the same range, you'll be able to reuse them with this machine. And while we're talking about batteries, I still recommend that you go for a battery of at least 4 amp hours. At least 4 amp hours to get the best performance out of this machine. As for the motor, this impact wrench features a brushless motor. This means better battery life management and also a longer lifespan for the motor. As for handling, as you've seen, we're dealing with a pretty compact machine that weighs 1.17 kilograms. So that's the weight of the bare tool without the battery. Of course, if you add a 5 amp hour battery, actually 5.2 amp hours to be exact, with that battery, the weight is obviously much higher. So if you have a 4 amp hour battery, that should be more than enough and could be the best compromise in terms of weight to performance ratio. On the handle side, you'll find a grip on a good part of the new Einhell brand machines. It's a grip that covers a large part of the handle, pretty comfortable, and offers a good hold. The buttons are right under your fingers, whether it's the direction switch or the trigger, and as you can see, the motor responds well to the controls. Really, no issues at all. So there you have it. It's a machine that fits well in your hand. As for the tool holder, it's a standard one, specifically a 1.2B format. This will allow us to use all types of sockets. And also, as you can see, it's perforated here, which means we can also install a pin, of course, if your socket also has a hole. This will keep you from losing your socket in the middle of a job. And as for the accessories that come with this machine, since it's usually sold bare, that is without a battery or charger, you'll still get a belt clip that can be attached to either the right or left side of the tool depending on your needs. And there's also a small adapter that lets us use this impact wrench as an impact driver. And finally, just before we move on to a demonstration of this tool, let's talk a bit about its technical specifications. So we're looking at an impact wrench capable of delivering a tightening torque of 230 Newton meters. So this isn't the most powerful tool on the market, nor is it the most powerful one in the annual lineup, since there are actually models that are even more powerful with even higher tightening torque. In particular, there's a model I showed you recently that can even reach up to 1000 Newton meters for loosening. So for this one, we still have a compact design, as I mentioned, with a tightening and loosening capacity that can reach up to 230 Newton meters, which will still allow you, even if it's a bit on the lower side, to handle a large number of tightening and loosening tasks without any trouble. And as for the speeds and impact rate, in terms of rotation speed, you can reach up to 2,900 revolutions per minute with an impact rate of 3,000 impacts per minute, which are actually pretty decent numbers and perfectly in line with what you can find on the market. Now let's see this tool in action by driving a lag screw, like this one, into fairly dense wood. A lag screw that's, as you can see, pretty hefty. Let's see right away how it performs when driving it in. So as you can see here, really, it screws in without any trouble. Of course, this tool is still pretty loud. So it's definitely better to wear the proper PPE, especially if you have a lot of this kind of screwing to do. But as you saw, when it comes to driving screws, it didn't really have much trouble with it. As you could see, we're still dealing with a pretty capable tool, even though, let's be honest, it's not the most powerful one on the market, since you can actually find impact wrenches with even higher tightening and loosening torque. But honestly, already, with 230 Newton meters, that's more than enough to handle a lot of jobs. And on top of that torque, you also get a rotation speed that can reach up to 2,900 revolutions per minute, with an impact rate that can reach up to 3,000 blows per minute, which is pretty significant, or rather in line with market standards. And that will also allow you to screw and unscrew without too much trouble. As for the motor, we're also looking at a latest generation brushless motor. That means you get all the benefits that come with it, namely better battery life management and longer motor lifespan. As for handling, it's actually pretty good since this machine is quite lightweight, weighing in at 1.17 kilograms. So that's definitely a plus. That's the weight of the bare tool, meaning without the battery. So if you add a 4 or 5 amp hour battery, you're definitely going to add some weight, quite a few grams, which will make the tool a bit heavier. But honestly, it's still very manageable. It feels good in the hand, and you won't get too tired when driving screws. Unless, of course, you have a lot of prolonged screwing to do overhead, in which case the total weight might wear you out a bit. And finally, regarding the price, you should know that this tool is generally sold for around 99 euros. So that's the price for the bare tool, meaning without the battery or charger. So I think it's a very attractive, very competitive price compared to other tools on the market. Of course, you can find even more powerful tools with even higher torque, as I mentioned earlier in the video, but overall, I think this is a good compromise, a good value for the money. So as usual, if you're interested in this tool, feel free to check the description. I'll put the references for the best sellers there, at least those offering it. This impact wrench at the best price. All right, this video is now coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. In any case, I'll see you very soon for a new video. Bye.